I wrote down recording the podcast as my to do list item on Friday, then on Saturday. And then I was writing down my list yesterday, last night, and I noticed I have postponed this. If you move it from your calendar two times, you really have to look at it. I am really scared. I thought I need to be perfect. I need to get that applause. I need to get that validation before I put something beautiful out there. So if you're procrastinating, it's not procrastination, it is really avoidance. No, the growth is that you fucking walk away faster, that you fucking recover faster. Hello, and welcome to episode 4 of the Desi podcast. Can I be vulnerable with you? I wrote down recording the podcast as my to do list item on Friday, then on Saturday. And then I was writing down my list yesterday, last night, Saturday evening for Sunday, and I noticed I have postponed this. And I am very mindful of the second time I schedule something. And if I miss out the third time, it's usually something deeper that's going on. And that's why I'm avoiding it. That's a quick trick here for you to identify what you keep rescheduling. If I learned this from one of my mentors, if you move it from your calendar two times, you really have to look at it. So I was sitting last night after writing my to do list for this morning, and what came to me was this beautiful realization. I am really scared. And if you go back to my episode 1, this is going to be that full circle moment because I found myself in that loop again where I thought I need to be perfect. I need to get that applause. I need to get that validation before I put something beautiful out there. And oftentimes that's where our downfall happens. So when I sat with that awareness last night, I was ready. I thought tomorrow, the first thing I do in my business, the first thing I do in my work on Sunday is I'm going to sit and record this podcast for you. Because this is also me recording it for me. And there's so much truth to that because I'm also recording this for the reason that I want to see my own growth. I want to document my growth. I want to see who I become as I help 100 women heal in the next almost 10 months now, which is a big, goofy target. And it scares me because I have not done that before. And that's what brings up like this imposter syndrome feeling that I have not done this before. So how the fuck do I do this first time? How do I do this? And then I have to slow down. And then I had to look at my list. And then I had to look at myself. And then I had to go, okay, Shivangi, where are we still holding ourselves back? Where are we still going to the old story? We need applause, we need approval, we need validation to keep this podcast going. Because in truth, I don't need that. I mean, I wanted to put out my first 20 episodes for my first season and see what changes, what happens. Maybe I get a speaking opportunity, maybe I get my dream clients, maybe I just have so many women. Like, I launch a group program where I have 100 women, and it's like, oh my god, I achieved my target in just 3 months. How fucking cool and crazy would that be? Because I didn't set a number on the revenue, I set a number on the women I am here to help. So that was an interesting bit for me. And this podcast was one of my vehicles to get that message out there. So if you're procrastinating, it's not procrastination, it is really avoidance. And if you've been in my workshops or if you've been my client, I always say, avoid the fucking avoidance. Avoid the avoidance. Because the more you lean into avoidance, you see like there's this deep void, that emptiness that we're trying to circle around. We're trying to go around that. We're just like, nope, nope. It's almost like this bubble. Like imagine avoidance for a second, like a bubble, and then you, instead of bursting that bubble, we just go around and and we're like, no, I'm going to circle around the edges. I don't feel safe here. I don't want to pop the bubble. And this is not to make fun of you. I do that too at times, and then I have to catch myself and be mindful, like, fuck, I made that mistake. But the thing is, and you would be surprised, there are so many people. Like, even I had this conversation with my mentors, and like, my mentors are amazing people, and they are so real and authentic. They said, like, we do mistakes on the daily. And that just gave me this permission slip. But you would be surprised because so many people, including the people you admire, including the people with high emotional intelligence, they have that second or a minute or an hour or a quarter of a day or just like a passage of time where they struggle or they go through this avoidance phase or they go through this battle within themselves, this battle that's within ourselves. And there's all the battles really right now because we're in Kali are within ourselves. That information just digested from me, so sorry for burping. That battle is within ourselves, but the growth is, if it took you 6 months to handle something, for example a breakup, and then it took you 3 months, that's growth. If it took you 4 years to walk away from a relationship that was toxic, maybe next time you walk away from a toxic one in a week, and that is growth. So the work is not to be like, oh, I missed the chance this time. Oh, I chose the wrong guy this time. Oh, I did the wrong thing this time. No, the growth is that you fucking walk away faster, that you fucking recover faster. That's what the resilience is like. How quickly do I come back and take an action that's in my highest interest? That's something that I really, really feel enjoyable, something that lights me up, something that brings up the juice and fire within me, and something that feels like home. Either of these things or all of these things. And I've been thinking a lot lately about lessons that I'm learning, lessons that I'm integrating. And a lot of it comes down to practices, to rituals, to routines, to things that keep me here, to things that make me regulated. And I was using something which is a deep breathing practice that I used 5 years back when I had panic attacks, back when I didn't know when the cortisol was going all around my body, and I was just having these severe shakes, even when I was deep breathing, and how much trust did I need to go forward and keep doing the thing when therapist after therapist were failing me, when doctor after doctor was writing multivitamins and all sorts of shit, and nobody was really addressing the issue. And just, that's a whole other story. Like, that story needs a whole episode on its own. But going back to the basics, going back to what brings you back home, what brings you to ground. So for me, reflection practices are really important because they bring me back and I ground myself. Like, breathing is my number one tip. If you learn how to breathe, you can control yourself, and you have power over yourself, and you can feel safe and you can feel free. And that's what we're here for, right? We are here for growth. We're here for our personal evolution. And if that's not what you're here for, what the fuck are you doing? Like, do something that's meaningful to you. Like, if growth is not meaningful to you, cool, go to something that is. Don't watch me. because growth is the very fabric of my being. Like it's where my DNA is just woven into that. I mean, growth is woven into my DNA. And I have this very weird habit of leaving sentences at end when I don't know what I'm going to say next. So I'm not going to cut out this bit. I'm going to say in a year, like, how does this change? It will be my own curious experience to handle the pause. To I'm doing that with do now, right? That is so fun. But the reason I share this instead of what my initial plan was to talk about how I recovered from breakups and how what advice do I have for my younger self. The reason I brought this up was I am having conversations and I know this is true for myself and I know this is true for a lot of women out there that we start doubting ourselves because of our worthiness, because someone told us so. I don't know about you, but even being such a sweet person, even being such a kind person, I was bullied a lot, especially by guys in school, in college, and even at work. And so a lot of things undermined my confidence and my belief in myself. And it's been a journey to recover that, to build that, to create that. And the thing that I want to end this beautiful episode on, and this is a short and sweet one. I don't go, I'm channeling, I am sharing my reflections. I want you to know that it is okay if you postpone it two times, but the third time, like when you put it on your calendar for the third time, you have to be really mindful if you're avoiding something. Don't be afraid to burst the bubble. Be curious about the bubble because last night I was curious. I thought, this is interesting. Why am I not doing this? Oh, because the applause thing is coming up again. It's an old pattern. So I have to fight it back again. Like, no, this is my new identity. No, I'm going to do things even if nobody applauds me. No, I'm still going to show up in the way that's very authentic to me. And what I'm being reminded of right now is I follow Leila Harmozy, and she's a beautiful idol for me. She's a badass businesswoman, which are the women I look up to, right? And she shared that for a while when she started making content, she was making herself more palatable. She was trying to be someone else, and she got so many hate comments. And yesterday, actually, I saw my first YouTube dislike, and I was like, "Yay, they're doing something right." That's why it's not resonating with the it's not resonating with the wrong audience. So that means I'm doing something right. If I do get 100 dislikes, I have to really build my nervous system to handle that. But I'm digressing. So she said that she got a lot of criticism. Layla got a lot of criticism when she started her YouTube, her content creation journey. And she was trying to be someone else. She was trying to speak in a different way. She was trying to look a different way. And then she said, you know what? I'm already getting so much of hate. Fuck that. I'm going to be myself. And then if I get hate, I'm going to be genuinely happy because this is who I am. And I personally read some comments on some of the people I used to follow, like on their content, and when people bully you, it brings up a lot of memories for me. But I see them, and then I see like there's no point. Like if you don't like the content, just like not interested, or just train your algorithm to not give it to you. Like that would be simple than adding a dislike or leaving a mean comment. Like who has the energy for that? Who has the time for that? Like in this economy, you have that much time. Like you have some serious time to spend on this shit. I'm sorry. Like go ahead, but I feel sorry for you. I really do. If you have so much time to throw shit at someone, Like, how much more time could you use to build something that would really make you happy, and then you don't feel so shitty when someone's achieving their dreams? That's a whole other conversation. I might get a dislike on this one. I don't fucking care. But the reason I'm here, the reason I'm sharing this authentic conversation with you, the reason I'm sharing my downfalls and what makes me not look like a good coach or a good example is just this: be yourself. And if you're hated for it, good. If you're loved for it, even better. But in the end, you'll be satisfied for it. You'll be exhilarated by standing up for you. You'll be proud. You'll be proud because you showed up as you. You would be proud if you caught yourself in that loop. You would be proud if you just go there and smash that belief one more time and take an action that disproves that belief. You will be proud. And this is the recipe for feeling proud. Take action, do the thing, avoid the avoidance, and look deep within yourself. I'll see you in episode 5. And next month, we are going to have a bonus episode with each podcast. So, a bonus conversation actually. So, I'm going to see you there. Take care, and until next time, keep activating, keep slaying shame. I'm proud of you.